Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I have an update for you on some tropical plants that I received about 2 months ago from Greenspaces.ID in Indonesia. Now my first import of tropical plants did not go well last year, and I only had one surviving plant out of the 7 they sent me. But this time around I've had really great luck. And they're really not showing any signs of slowing down. Although it's only been 2 months, it's still early days, but I have every confidence that they're going to do great. Lots of new growth on them. So let me show you what they're up to. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's start. I always like starting with the smallest ones first. Let's start off here with this MONSTERA ADANSONII variegated. Now this is in a cache pot. It's in a little nursery pot in here. And look at that, friends. Isn't that gorgeous? It does have right there, let me see if I can highlight it for you. Right there is its newest leaf that has just opened up this week. I don't think it's even done unfurling, but it's got great variegation on it. Nice big fenestrations, nice big holes on it. And excuse me, I think it's doing wonderful. Majority of these are in my dining room getting morning sun. And I've been watering them probably about every 10 days or so. I do check them with a moisture meter to see if they need any water before I actually give them water, but they've been averaging about every 10 days. It's not as hot here in Central Florida, so I think that's why they have been slowing down a little bit on their water consumption. But this MONSTERA ADANSONII variegated is gorgeous. Now just a little side note, a little update on my MONSTERA ADANSONII, the regular green one. It is still out in the patio because it gets better, it gets mealybugs. It gets better, it gets mealybugs. So I am keeping it out on the patio for the time being. Even though it has mealybugs, it still seems to be putting out leaves, so I'm not quite sure what the case is there, but I am not bringing it in until I am assured that its episode with mealybugs is long gone. So outside it stays, okay? The next one, also in a little cover here in a, oh, this one kind of sinks down, in a little nursery pot, and it just fits on there. Touch it too much and it drops down into the cover pot. But this is the Philodendron Ring of Fire, and it's getting a new leaf right there. You see that, friends? This was its most recent leaf. This one was opening when I repotted it, and look how great it looks. Since then, in the 2 months, it's given off this new leaf right here. This leaf here is one of the original ones. It looks like it's probably getting ready to die off, which is fine because, you know, it's an older leaf. But I'm happy that the newer leaves seem to be coming in nice and big with coloration in the Ring of Fire, Philodendron Ring of Fire. Isn't that gorgeous? Now these can get pretty big, so this is just a little baby one, and I'm really looking forward to the day that this one can be put into like a, you know, a 6 or an 8-inch pot and be nice and full and big. But for now, it's in this little pot here. Okay, Philodendron Ring of Fire. Now, I will be putting down below in the description box the 10% off code that you can use for Greenspaces. That code is still good, so you can use that one. Now this is the Philodendron Painted Lady, and this one also is in a little cover pot. There you go, in a little 3-inch, pretty shallow, but it's fine in there. And it's giving off a new leaf right there. Actually, I think it's giving off 2 leaves. I'm not sure what it's got going on here, but it looks like it's giving off 2 leaves at the same time. It's even got some aerial roots. They're very fine. Aerial roots growing there. It's getting some nice coloration. I do have it on a trellis here that I got from trellis not too long ago, and it's just the perfect size. This is a climbing vining plant, so this is the perfect size for that. There is an extension that I can put on this once it starts getting bigger, but this one is growing really well with new leaves, new aerial roots. And this one, again, it's about every 10 days that I water, but I can tell ahead of time if it needs water because it's a little bit of a drama queen in the sense that it will get droopy, kind of like a peace lily. It'll get droopy once it's thirsty. So when I see that, even though, you know, I haven't checked it for water, I know it needs water. And the humidity here in Central Florida is still pretty good. It's about 60-70% maybe, not as humid as in the summertime. So for wintertime, that's still good. And they seem to be doing well. I don't have a humidifier anywhere in the house. I figured living in Florida now, I really shouldn't need a humidifier, but I don't know. They've been doing fine without a humidifier. Even here in my lounge, I don't have one, and they seem to be doing okay. So for now, this one also is in the dining room, and it will stay there until it gets bigger. But I'm really interested in to see how this comes out here, these 2 leaves. So hopefully I won't have to help them get detangled there. But this is Philodendron Painted Lady. This one here is the ANTHURIUM Silver Blush. I know in my other videos I kept calling it Silver Bush, but it's the Silver Blush. This one had 3 leaves when I got it. It's down to 2, and I just noticed too that the larger leaf has a little bit of browning around the edge. This leaf here is doing okay. And I feel like there may be some growth coming in from this one. Like there's something happening there. But of all of them, this one probably, this right here is probably the one that's struggling the most, which is actually not bad at all. This may be, because it's in the same location as the other ones, same sun, not direct hot sun. It may be from the water. I don't use, Rosie, can you stop that please? Mommy's filming, okay? I don't use, Rosie, come on, stop. Okay, take 3. I don't use filtered water. I use the regular water from the sink. The water here is much better than it was in Chandler, Arizona, where I lived. It's not as hard, but it still may be too hard for this one. So it may be that this one, this is the only Anthurium that I have, I tend to stay away from them because of reasons like this. This one I may need to water with filtered water or bottled water just to avoid these types of leaf burns. I believe that's what it may be. Let me know down in the comments below, friends, if you think that that's the water is the issue with this one, if you've had the same problem and if that's what it was for you. But otherwise, it's doing well. Now, you may think, doesn't that pot look a little big for that plant? Well, this little plant is kind of like an iceberg. The top is small, but the roots are big, okay? What's below the soil level is big. It had a lot of roots, so I needed something that I could fit them all in. That's why I put them in this pot here. This one I got from Jofami, and I drilled a hole on the bottom. That's why it's in this pot, okay? Because I know it kind of looks a little bit like a small plant for too big of a pot, but that's why it's in here. Okay, so this Anthurium Silver Blush, you know, I think it'll be okay. I am going to switch around the watering though and see if that helps it. Okay, so those all those plants are in my dining room that get that morning sun. Now the last two are in my bedroom and get the south facing sun. Okay, so this one here is the Philodendron White Princess. Look how pretty that is. And this one gets dappled direct sun, meaning that, and I'll show you some pictures here, meaning that the sun, the southern sun comes through my blinds and hits it, but it's kind of dappled. It's not intense, or the plant is all covered in sun. So I think that's doing okay. This is the last leaf that it opened. It's not even done unfurling when the next one is starting to push out. And I can see that that one also has the white variegation on it. It pushed out a little one down here too, which is good. And this one here is starting to yellow. It's one of the older leaves, so that's fine. I'm not worried about it getting yellow. You know, it's lived its little life. But the Philodendron White Princess really is gorgeous. And it's right next to my Pink Princess, which is starting to give off more leaves. They're a little small and a little damaged, but it's getting there. So I'm thinking that this one is giving it a little bit of inspiration to grow a little bit more. Okay, so the Philodendron White Princess. Really pretty. Now the last one is a Hoya, and I have pretty much, you know, I have all my Hoyas there in my bedroom. And oh Lord, I forgot the name of this one. I'll put it across the screen here because I know it starts with a T and it's a really complicated name, which reminds me I should probably put some tags on these so I don't forget the names. But this one, I know it also has the name Red in it. But it's doing good. I haven't lost any leaves, and I just kind of wrapped it around this wire here, this makeshift little trellis I put on here, and it's getting a little bit of sun stress there. I think it's doing really well. Doesn't seem to be any new growth on it, but it has not lost any leaves on it, and it's doing great. Isn't that beautiful? I love it when plants do well, don't lose leaves. You know, let me show you this way. That's wonderful. So there you have it, friends. All 6 plants are doing wonderful, except maybe for that Anthurium, and that's not a huge issue. I think I figured it out, and I'll change it and see if that is the problem, the water with that Anthurium Silver Blush. You know, it could very well be. But all of them are doing really well otherwise. Again, I will leave the link to Greenspaces down below in the description box, along with the 10% off code that you can use. And remember, you do have to pay for the phytosanitary certificate. That's $25. And now customs here in the United States does charge you an import tax, which is an additional $25 also. And so you want to keep that in mind too when you place your order of your total price and everything, okay? But Greenspaces, I've had very good luck with these plants, so can definitely recommend them to you, okay? Hope you enjoyed the video today, friends. I've got a shop with me video coming up next where I'm going to go to a local shop, a local nursery, kind of like a boutique nursery here in Central Florida in Lakeland. So I'm really excited about doing that, so stay tuned for that. And thanks so much. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me and Rosie, and I appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. That helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We'd love to have you here as part of our family plant community. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, okay? Have a blessed day, friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.